Rangers have been dealt a blow after shareholders voted against allowing outside investors to buy into a proposed share offering. The club need to raise £8 million to fund their operations for next year. The Rangers board faced fans at a stormy AGM this morning where a number of issues were raised, including the role of Newcastle United owner Mike Ashley. Our sports news correspondent Grant Russell reports.
With the club needing significant funding to make it through the next year, shareholders arrived at Rangers AGM today to turn up the heat on the club's board. And turn up the heat they did. For the first time, TV cameras weren't allowed in to film the opening exchanges. Nevertheless, fans obliged with footage of their own. When he could make himself heard, Chairman David Summers spoke of legacy issues dogging the club he is trying to sort and blamed onerous, dodgy contracts for the cash drain. New Chief Executive Derek Lambaya said cost-cutting would continue. And Football Board Chairman Sandy Easdale insisted to fans he has never taken a penny from the club. So did shareholders get the answers they were seeking?
The contempt shown by the board towards the fans is absolutely staggering.
I mean, the fans are frustrated because we just don't see things the way going forward.
There's nobody getting any plans, any intent.
The shareholders did, however, deliver a blow. The defeat of a crucial vote means only current shareholders can buy shares to fund an £8 million bailout package. And that opens the door again to Mike Ashley. The Newcastle United owner is under investigation by the Scottish FA, and one of the men beaten to the punch by him to provide funding says he needs to outline his position.
He's a serious businessman, he can serious money, but I mean, you have to question what his intentions are. If he comes, that's why he's got to come out and I think be clear what he wants to do with the club. I mean, clearly, he's got a business, Sports Direct. You can see that plastered all over the main stand today. Are his interests Sports Direct or are they Rangers?
Rangers are due to meet with the governing body for informal talks on Ashley tomorrow. And then there's the matter of the former manager. Ally McCoist was placed on gardening leave late last night, just hours before the AGM.
As a Scottish mathematician, I know that coincidences do not happen. So disappearing on a Sunday evening before the AGM is a bit bizarre and pretty distasteful, actually.
Do you feel he was going to embarrass the current board given the opportunity today?
I don't know, but coincidences do not happen.
So the wait continues for Rangers fans to get the answers they're seeking. The next step for the club's board will be getting the necessary funding as quickly as possible.
A leading figure in Scottish football says there's one obvious candidate for the Rangers manager's job now that Ally McCoist has gone. Former Scotland boss Craig Brown says the Ibrox board should get down on hands and knees to Walter Smith. Brown also has some in-depth knowledge of some of the others in the frame, and he's been sharing his thoughts with Kiridine Itzan.
The fanfare was for a new documentary on the Scotland-England football rivalry, but the mood music elsewhere was about who should succeed Ally McCoist as Rangers manager.
If I were the Rangers board, I would go down on my hands and knees to Walter Smith again. Come back again, Walter. He is the man that could bring that club together.
Smith famously guided Rangers to 9 league titles in a row in his first spell in charge, before coming back to Ibrox again in 2007. He may view third time lucky as a step too far, so who do the fans want next?
Terry Butcher, somebody like that. I would go for Billy Davis.
Rangers can't afford to bring a new manager in at this time.
Derek McInnes, Stuart McCall, or the other one, Billy Davis. One of the three, caretaker, brought into the end of the season.
Billy Davis perhaps because he's got a reputation, at least in terms of being meticulous with his preparation.
The bookmakers seem to agree, with Billy Davis, Stuart McCall and Terry Butcher the front runners with the punters so far, and Brown knows each man well.
Absolutely outstanding football manager, and there's no other word for it. He is an outstanding exponent in a dressing room and on a training pitch. He did a great job at Motherwell, and to finish second in the league was exceptional, and he deserves the utmost credit. Did a wonderful job at Motherwell and at Inverness, and he's got great experience, highly respected, and Terry Butcher could walk through that door and the players would immediately show respect.
After 3.5 tumultuous years, Ally McCoist is off to tend his garden. In the short term, his assistant Kenny McDowell.
At Ibrox for the AGM. One fan described it as the annual general mayhem. Some minds already made up about who was to blame for the current financial mess. And when the board took to the field, or rather the tent, but what was decided? A new share issue, although current shareholders get first refusal. They may be unpopular, but the current board was re-elected, and a stark warning that the cost-cutting will continue. After the meeting, emotions were still running high.
We get patronised for a couple of hours mainly, but all the big issues were dodged, no direct answers.
Absolutely terrible. David Summers is just, he thinks everything's a huge joke. Sorry, I can't speak anymore.
All of this just hours after Ally McCoist was put on gardening leave. Pressure had been mounting. He'd already resigned. Now the former club striker has gone. At Rangers, when it rains, it pours. This is a club that once dominated Scottish football, now looking for new money and a new manager.
What is really crucial for Rangers, indeed any football club, but particularly Rangers right now, they need to get the confidence back of the fans. The fans need to be confident in the board, in the club.
I was brought up believing that we were the establishment. We were the greatest club in Scotland. We did things for charity. We stood for the community. We stand for nothing.
Some couldn't stand at all. The past 24 hours, like the past 3 years, just too much to take. Chris McLaughlin, reporting Scotland.